Well, Joel Embiid has been getting all of the media attention this season, as following his big win head-to-head against Nikola Jokic a week and a half ago, and on the heels of his historic 70-point performance, Embiid is embarking on a quest to win a second consecutive league MVP. This despite the fact he definitively did not deserve last year's award, as Nikola Jokic led the league in PER, VORP, BPM, and win share, while leading the league in on-off stats and securing the #1 seed in the West. All the while, Embiid was just the 3rd seed in the East, while sitting out 16 games, with the Philadelphia 76ers going 11-5 in those games without him. That is a win percentage of 68%, which coincidentally was higher than the team's win percentage in games he actually played, as the 76ers were 43-23 a year ago with Embiid in the lineup, a win percentage of just 65%. But the pathetic, narrative-pushing fake news sports media went into overdrive to concoct their fantastical stories about how last year was Embiid's turn.
I just think that this is his year.
All the while using this regular season as some kind of a victory lap to validate their vote last year, in a season which ended with Embiid dropping a hot, steamy load in his pants in the playoffs.
Diddly poo.
As usual. And we are, of course, on the cusp of the media giving him another one due to this scoring onslaught he has been unleashing in a season that is so preposterously inflated due to the outrageous pace of play and criminal level of defensive negligence. There's damn near a 60-plus point performance every night currently.
It's a complete crap.
Not to even mention how Embiid has just been strategically sitting out games to make certain he is as fresh, rested, and healthy as he possibly can be. Which gets us to the massive matchup tonight. Sixers at Nuggets. Jokic v. Embiid. A collision of the last 3 league MVPs. And most likely we will make it a 4th at the conclusion of this season. And the media have been running an absolute tour de force hype job on behalf of Embiid, virtually never before seen in league history except for you-know-who, following Embiid's last matchup with Jokic, a win for the 76ers in Philadelphia, of course, not even 2 weeks ago. Tonight was Jokic's turn to get a little home cooking in his revenge opportunity.
I'm sorry, your time's run out.
But roughly about 30 minutes before tip-off of this one, Joel Embiid was a late scratch with knee soreness? Yeah, and the late scratch brings Embiid now to 11 games missed of the 76ers' 44 games played. That is a legitimate quarter of this season. Joining Embiid on the list of inactives for this one was Tyrese Maxey, a surefire all-star this season, as he was actually selected as the starting 2-guard in that all-star game by the players. Also sitting out this one in the Mile High City was the 76ers' 3rd best player, Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris over me?
Who was averaging 18 points per game, 6 rebounds, 3 assists on 51% from the field for the year. Despite Embiid, as well as the other 2 best players on this team missing the game, Philadelphia was in a 1-score game late in the 4th quarter. What a case for MVP for Embiid. Jokic, for his part, meanwhile, finished the game with 26 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 assists as the Nuggets pulled off the narrow 111-105 victory. And Embiid, being an absolute gutless coward, sitting out the game is nothing new, as he has been dodging Jokic in Denver since 2019.
What?
Yeah, that's right. He has not played a road game in Denver now for 4 years and counting. And his absence tonight draws him just 6 games away for the season of hitting that magical number of 17 missed games, which would render him ineligible for the MVP award or any All-NBA team selections. But just sit back and watch as the low-character loser, who is yet to even make it out of a 2nd round in his entire career in the postseason.
It's not a failure, steps to success.
but yeah.
Will inevitably play a few minutes in games down the stretch of the regular season just so he doesn't register a DNP to keep his eligibility alive. And if that happens, there should be an immediate investigation launched and voting credentials revoked for any media jock sniffer delusional enough to vote for this guy. But regardless of whatever undeserving accolades Embiid might manage to sweep up this season, more than likely some vastly superior player to him will be holding the trophy that really matters when it really matters.